So, as you've probably noticed, I am casting this myself. It's always nice to have a second caster, but yeah, just casting matches, getting them out there is also really good. Cannot wait until I can just sit in lobby and wait for them to drop rather than watch them every second. Okay, they're gonna drop. Gonna drop soon. I swear. I'm watching. I'm watching it. Any moment now. Spectator mode is gonna be so nice. Uh, Pretty much everyone I have interacted with has said first person spectating is just leaps and bounds better than third person spectating overview. Um, Not exactly sure I totally agree with that. Um, I'll say first person spectating is perhaps the most um, exciting spectating. Being in the mech, watching them fight, is probably the most exciting. With a caveat, you have to be in the right mech. And therein lies the problem with current spectator mode. Ah, so, good luck. Um, because the way spectator mode is set up right now, it's not exactly the easiest task to get into the cockpit that you want. Because you need to know who's in what mech, or who's in the mech you want to spectate, and then find them on a list, all before the exciting thing that you wanted to see is over, while commentating. So I was just told that everyone is in lobby, just waiting for the last guys to ready up, and they should drop very shortly. And actually, before we, hopefully before everything drops, um, I will note that there has been a slight change in the wording for the bonus to drop 3, the VIP assassination, commander assassination drop. Um, you do not lose C bills. You cannot lose C bills, I should say. In the original wording, it sounded like if you lost your commander but didn't kill the other commander, you lost 50,000 C bills. Because the quote was, any team that loses their commander loses 50,000 C bills. Um, and that's incorrect wording on the part of the rules. Um, um, so you in the VIP assassination, I don't know if they've updated the rules yet. I'll see if they have before they drop. Pre-match rules, rewards and penalties. No, they haven't updated the wording, but it is if you kill the other commander and yours survives, that's how you get the 50,000 bonus. If both die, nobody gets anything, and they have dropped. So I'll have to get into that later on in before we Yeah. So anyway, I'll get into scoring in between games. But we are now started. This is 4 Lights, 4 Mediums, the reconnaissance drop on Forest Colony Snow. And here we have the first look at the drop deck. We've got 2 Griffin 2Ns, those are the ECM mechs, Raven 2Xs, Jenner F, Stormcrow, Wolverine, and a Panther rounding out Antares Scorpions. For White Death Mercenary Corps, we've got Firestarter, Forcer, an Adder, Raven 3L, let's see, Stormcrow, and they're already starting to trade shots. White Death is going water, while AS is staying towards land for the most part. White Death's starting to move across the water, getting caught out in the middle. Enforcer's lost its leg, so it's going very slow and should be focused down pretty quickly. The rest of White Death have made it to the shore. UAV out for both teams, it looks like, over the water. We have Xerix out in his Griffin 2N. Probably a bit too far forward. He's getting focused a little bit.
New target acquired.
And we have 1-1 for each team so far. 2-2 for each team. And the Panther goes down for AS. 4-3 in favor of White Death so far.
Critical damage.
Raven going up against Mango right now.
Destroyed.
Raven goes down for White Death. So right now, only 2 remain for Antares Scorpions, the Raven 2X, and Mango in his Wolverine. Kit Fox got legged from the Wolverine. Is Stormcrow legged as well? Yes, Stormcrow is legged. Lots of legged mechs on... Oh, Kit Fox goes down.
Damage. Damage.
AS is certainly going for legs right now, but they
target
might not be able to pull it off.
Target destroyed.
And the legged Enforcer goes down.
Target acquired.
And Mango loses his weapons arm, so he's only got a
Target
medium laser left,
destroyed.
and he goes down quickly after that. Now it's just Arnold Schwarzenegger and his Raven versus a Firestarter and just the leg Stormcrow. So this is coming down to the wire for the very first drop.
Target acquired.
And he needed to shoot the other leg.
Target destroyed.
And that takes it. Antares Scorpions takes the first game 8-7. Mango and his Wolverine did some work. 5 kills. That's as the majority of the kills for Antares Scorpions. You see the performance over White Death was, yeah, spread further out. It's the let's see, Adder getting 2 kills, Ko and his Stormcrow getting 2 kills. But uh, actually, it just looking at the numbers, it certainly looks like White Death played a bit better, higher damage throughout. But I suppose it was just a bit more spread out, and Antares Scorpions was a bit more focused, certainly on the legs towards the end. Anyway, to the match results. So, Antares Scorpions with 380,000 C-bills, and White Death Mercenary Company with 70,000. Okay, so before the next match, maps, Forest Colony Snow, edit with GIMP. And desktop view. Come on. Come on, GIMP. There we are. Red and blue. Should have had this queued up at the beginning. So we have Antares Scorpions spawning over on the right side, and White Death spawning on the left side. White Death immediately swung around the island and went water, while Antares Scorpions mainly went land, but a couple of their mechs went water and took cover behind this sunken ship. Now, because of that, Antares Scorpions swung inland, and while that happened, White Death swung inland, while Antares Scorpions was able to get more than a few shots off of them. That's where the Enforcer was legged. Right about here, and he was legged for the majority of the match. He was one of the last ones to go down for White Death. It just devolved from there, really. Um, with Antares Scorpions, let's see, they mainly fell back into the water, with White Death sort of swinging around here, but it was kind of all over the place. AS just did better. Nothing much else to say. They went for legs. They were able to take down more mechs and incapacitate more mechs than White Death was. But very, very, very close match. I expect pretty much all the games to be very close from here on out now. So now the next one to come up is on Tourmaline. It is the Recon and Force. 2 lights, 4 mediums, 2 heavies. Here we're starting to see the Timberwolves, we're starting to see the Hellbringers start to come out onto the field. And those are going to be your heaviest hitters and also the most important to keep alive. Because a Timberwolf, very, very, very powerful. But, you know, if you've got the ears on, those side torsos are pretty easy to take out. Discard changes and minimize. Okay, they're still in lobby. So, Magician brings up a good... so I think it's a good time to talk about scoring. Scoring is get 250,000 C-bills for a win. there is, well, scoring. Oh, they have already dropped. I I guess I can't get into that right now because it's time to focus on the match. And that means that I need to change the overlay. I did not forget it. Shut up. Okay. So, once again, AS is in blue and White Death will be in red on the overview. So, wow, we've got a pair of dragons. This I have not seen on the Recon Enforce. I suppose they're keeping it mobile. Uh, but a couple of dragons, a couple of enforcers for the heavy lance, and Firestarter, Stormcrow, Adder, and Wolverine for the lighter medium lance for White Death. Whereas Antares Scorpions has a Firestarter, two Wolverines, and a Raven for their medium lance, and a Stormcrow, Timberwolf, Enforcer, and Hellbringer. That's the more standard drop deck configuration that I've seen throughout this tournament. So they're starting to engage at very long ranges now, um, with AS sort of swinging around to their left to take cover in this little crystalline structure. White Death, on the other hand, they're all just holed up right here, uh, sort of peeking out. None of them have really taken any damage yet, just sort of scratches on the paint here and there. Farthest forward is Regulus and his Firestarter, just scouting a little bit. It doesn't look like he's been noticed. And AS is starting to rotate to the left a little bit, but no real action going on yet. Interesting to note that AS doesn't have a scout like that Firestarter out and about. Um, he doesn't even really see anything from up here, just keeping a watchful eye. White Death falling way back into this back corner here, trying to swing around, taking a couple of pot shots at AS, but nothing of real substance yet. Both teams are now very much bunched up. Oh, Arnold Schwarzenegger and his enforcer way removed from the group, uh, scouting for AS, and he might be able to see this AS movement, this White Death movement, all the way in that back corner, because they know that they're in the back corner. They just don't know exactly where. Now AS is moving to meet up with Arnold Schwarzenegger and his enforcer. White Death has been found out, and they are trading at long distances. Looks like AS is certainly getting the better trades here, because White Death is moving and they don't have anything to hide behind, especially for those two dragons that just cut through the valley. Let's see if anyone takes up a position up here. Hopefully, or maybe White Death is trying to lure Antares Scorpions into this Valley of Death here, which would just be a huge tactical mistake on Antares Scorpions. Interesting movement from Antares Scorpions. They are moving even further left, leaving Fritzor and Arnold Schwarzenegger behind. I don't see exactly where they are trying to go. They're getting a bit spread out, especially compared with White Death, who is very much in a single ball. even Regulus, the fire starter that was out scouting earlier, a large pulse fire starter. My, what an interesting build. Very much a long range scouting build. And medium pulses. What? Could have sworn I saw a large pulse laser coming out of that. And it seems Regulus has found where Antares Scorpions has holed themselves up now. 10 minutes left on the clock. Doesn't look like there's really any any pressure on either team to push. And both teams are content to just stay where they are at the moment. It seems Antares Scorpions has moved up a little bit from their rear position, staying in the middle of the map while White Death is circling the map. X4VN and his Raven scouting around back, just making sure that White Death isn't sending anything sneaky around them, around their flank. But he's not going to find anything because there's nothing over there. I don't know. I think there might be a little bit of indecision with Antares Scorpions. They are just sort of moving from location to location. Fritzor pulling back towards the main group. Same with X4VN. There any comms chatter going on between the two groups? Oh wait. Oh, whoops, I am so sorry. In game. Hitting the wrong hotkey for spectator mode. No chat log, so it's not like they're doing a redrop or anything like that. Well, let's just have a look at their builds. So we've got AC5 and SRM4 Wolverine, medium pulse Firestarter, Streak 24 Adder. So it's looking like I'll get back to the other team. Get back to White Death Mercenary. There we go. Dual UAC 5 Enforcer, dual UAC 5 Enforcer. These are certainly meant to brawl. So White Death certainly brought a brawling deck, while it looks like all of Antares Scorpions are really long-range, large lasers. Let's see. C5 SRM4, Streaks, C5 SRM4, medium pulses. Yeah, all of those are brawling weapons. Whereas here we've got Mango with his large laser, Wolverine. And here we finally have some contact. So, looking at the drop, looking at their builds, it's quite certain what White Death was trying to do. They were trying to lure him into a close-range confrontation, but AS, they're built for long range. They're willing to trade at distance, and that's why they're getting so much better. So, Hellbringer, ER mediums, and Gauss rifle. We've got large pulses and large lasers. And just the way that these are built, White Death is going to have a real hard time closing the distance onto AS. and it looks like they are finally pushing. So they're going out, all guns blazing, all those UACs concentrated on that one Timberwolf. Very good at focus firing whatever is poking their head out of this little area. Arnold Schwarzenegger hiding here, hoping that they don't find him down here, but also hoping that he can come around and hit in the rear after they've gone by. And there he goes, escaping from the push from White Death. And right now, AS is just going where White Death is not. Wolverine and the two Wolverines just falling back farther and farther as White Death advances. And as White Death advances, everyone just follows behind them. Got the Timberwolf and the Enforcers just coming up on the back of Alpha Zulu Tango. Alpha Zulu Tango absolutely caught without any sort of backup, falling down into the pit. Interesting Doppler effect on that Warhorn. 6-0. It's just clean up at this point. Although Mango has now been caught by that Street 24 adder.
Destroyed.
Mango goes down, but it's just the Street 24, Street 18 now. Oh, that is it. So after a game of cat and mouse, it seems the mouse got screwed. Anyway, that was, once it got going, that was a very, very good game. So we can see that damage put out by AS with their long-range large lasers, large pulses, Gauss rifles, absolutely dwarfed the amount of damage that White Death was able to do. So that is another win for Antares Scorpions. $760 to 80,000 C-bills. And I'll mark that down. 8-1. Okay, open that up. Tourmaline, edit with GIMP, and go to desktop. Okay, so Antares Scorpions spawned in the lower corner. I'm sorry, White Death spawned in the lower corner. AS spawned. Actually, didn't exactly catch exactly the spots. Thereabouts is about correct. And immediately, White Death started circling around the map just to get into areas that were, confined, so that AS didn't have the long-range advantage. Whereas Antares Scorpions immediately went to this location and just started trading long range across the map. And of course, since Antares Scorpions was built for long range, they were winning the trades very handily. So as Antares Scorpions continued to circle around the map, AS was content to stay pretty much in the middle. And they sort of hold up right here, and they had sight lines pretty much everywhere White Death could pop out. And White Death doubled back to their original starting spot and from there pushed on AS, who had range advantage, quite simply. At that point, AS was situated here. They had apparently Arnold Schwarzenegger, who disconnected down there. um, a couple of Wolverines back there. And just as White Death pushed to close the gap, whoever they were pushing on just fell back, fell back, fell back, fell back. Um, and as they pushed, uh, whoever had fallen back just circled around and destroyed them. White Death was able to get uh, Mango Boga Dog in his Wolverine here, but by that time, 7 out of 8 people had been taken out on White Death. Um, okay, they're still in lobby. So that's how the match went. So while uh, before they drop, let me talk a little bit about scoring. So you get 10,000 C-bills for each kill. So that's where the 80,000 comes from White Death, and 160,000 of Antares Scorpions comes from kills. 250,000 C-bills for each win, so that's where 500,000 of the Antares Scorpion comes from, the score. But then at the end of the match, you also gain a bonus depending upon the overall win rate. Uh, so if you only won one, you get 50,000. If you win two, so if it's 1-4, you get 50,000. If it's 2-3, you get 100, and so on. So you basically get 50,000 extra per win. Except if you win all 5, you get 100,000. So the way I count it is, instead of 250,000 per win and then 50,000 for winning bonus, I just count it 300,000 per win and then 50,000 bonus if you win all 5. Don't worry, that's just the way I math. Um, it all comes out the same in the end. But right now, 760,000 to 80,000 is the total. And once again, I reiterate, this is in no way official. uh, the teams submit their end of round screenshots to the officials of the tournament, and they score it themselves. So this is just sort of a quick and easy way to see, oh yeah, Antares Scorpions is winning quite handily right now. That doesn't mean that White Death is out by any stretch of the imagination. There's still 3 matches to go. There's still 900,000 C-bills for those wins on the table. So everyone's still in lobby. So the next drop is Frozen City. So I'll change that right now. Frozen City, this is the Commander Assassination drop. 3 mediums, 4 heavies, and a single Highlander. Now that Highlander is special, for it is your commander. You want to kill the other commander. If you're able to kill the other commander while keeping your commander alive, you get a 50,000 C-bill bonus. Both commanders die, no one gets the bonus. Them's the breaks. And they have dropped. Come on, spectate. Yes, there are games to spectate from the user. Come on. Mango Boga Dog. Come on. Come on, god damn it. I hate it when this happens. Yes, there are. I'm looking at it right now. He's deployed. Come on. I wish I knew how to fix this faster. Yes, there is. He's deployed. Okay. Alpha, Zulu, Tango. Come on. Mr. Petzold. Have I been logged out? No, I'm still around. God damn it, come on. There we go. I finally was able to get in. Oh, wait. Caustic? Oh, crap. It is Caustic. Surprise! The next match is on Frozen City. My apologies. And it looks like White Death has already taken a forward position on the ridge of the crater. Kosi and the Highlander 732B, the heaviest, most heavily armored assault in the game. And this match, it seems they're certainly built for long range distance. Oh, actually, hard to say. Triple UAC 5, double UAC 5 Enforcers, X4N, and a large pulse Gauss rifle Timberwolf for Antares Scorpions. So actually, oop. Silver Fox and another Highlander 732B. Gotta love those armor quirks. Now, Antares Scorpions putting as much distance in between the two teams as they can. White Death, well, they are sort of... Yeah, it's gonna be hard to get to Antares Scorpions. There's a lot of distance to cover. They'll need to push hard and fast and hope that enough of them survive to shred them with their SRMs and UACs when they get there. But let's see. So triple UAC 5, Jägermech, Dragon, another triple UAC 5. Yeah, these are meant to brawl. They just want to get in there and get dirty. Which is exactly what she said. Arnold Schwarzenegger and his Shadowhawk. That's 2K with 3 large lasers. That's very much long range. Content to... Of course, I don't see anyone's mechs. Ugh. And Mr. Petzold. And a large laser Wolverine, I'm sure. You're large, you're large, you're large, you're large, you're large, you're large. You're large, large lasers, you're large lasers. Another 5 minutes have passed, and just like the last match, no one has made a move. Now, if there is a tie, if no one dies, the win goes to the team with the most damage on the board. And because Antares Scorpions is set up for long range, I'm sure the short trading sessions they've had, they've come out on top in the damage category. Hard place to be for White Death right now. They know they need to get close, but they know that if they get out in the open. It's a very, very open spot in between this caldera and where AS has set up shop. They're gonna get hit. They're gonna get hit a lot, and half of their weapons, the SRMs, namely, won't be able to do a darn thing. So it seems that White Death has now started to swing around. They've gotten spotted by the Wolverine and the Shadowhawk. And the Wolverine and the Shadowhawk were focusing on the teams on White Death's Highlander. Mr. Petzold and Arnold Schwarzenegger, seeing the push, has now fallen back. They're headed back to Antares Scorpion's position. Antares Scorpions is now going to probably swing even farther to our left right here. Gauss Rifle, Large Laser, Hellbringer. More than likely with ECM. So now, White Death finds themselves in a familiar situation, sitting on the edge of the caldera, waiting for an opening in order to rush Antares Scorpions. Unfortunately, I don't think that they'll find one. Now this drop composition has no lights, so there won't be any harassment or any sort of quick flanking maneuvers that you will see. At least not with the drop deck composition that they have brought. Very, very passive game. I'm sure White Death is getting itchy trigger fingers at the moment. A couple of enforcers swinging around the caldera, trying to catch AS off guard. Let's see if Silver Fox will be looking out that way. And it looks like they have already been spotted. And we have 6 minutes remaining on the match. So, impetus to push is certainly now on White Death. Oh. There we go. Oh, nope. There we go. It's a blessing and a curse to have the heat vision up in spectator mode. On this map, it's a curse because everything is sort of the same shade of gray. It's nice on Frozen City, which is the next match, when there's low visibility, but very, very nice contrast in the heat. So if they don't push soon, White Death will have absolutely no chance of winning this match. And while this stalemate is going on, I'll actually jump into a mech. I will look up the rules. Let's see. See if I can find the exact paragraph on. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Mr. Petzold have to be a bit careful not to get too close to the main force of White Death, as even a single mech goes down, then that'll tip the balance in favor of White Death. I don't see that happening, but it is something you have to be very careful of. 3 minutes left in the match. Fine tie. Okay, ties and redrops. There will be no redrops. If the match ends in a draw, the team with the highest cumulative damage will be awarded the drop win. In the case of a tie with 0 kills and 0 damage done in total, both teams will not be eligible to win any C-bills, including drop video bonuses. In the case of a dead tie at the end of a season, so that's at the end of the season. So right now, we're just worried about kills and damage. And I think it's quite obvious that AS has done the most damage. Now, one has to question the thought process that went behind bringing a brawling deck to Caustic Valley. It's almost like bringing a brawling deck to Alpine Peaks, although not as extreme. Wide open spaces, just like the ones that Antares Scorpions is sitting behind, give long-range builds plenty of time to pump damage into an opposing brawling force before the brawling force can even do anything about it. Now we have less than 2 minutes in the match. What an exciting... Oh, I'm sorry. I've gotta wonder what's going on in their comms right now, the decision-making process behind White Death right now. So yeah, let's just look at Enforcers peeking over the cauldron and getting absolutely hammered with large lasers and Gauss rifles. And it looks like they are pushing. Rounds are flying. Silver Fox and his Highlander getting absolutely pummeled. Why he was the furthest forward, I will never know. Going down quickly. 50%, 45%, 40%. And the commander for Antares Scorpions goes down in a surprise turn of events. Now, it's 1 kill, 20 seconds left. They have to bring someone down, or else Antares Scorpions loses the match. 10 seconds. Once they pushed, White Death, one kill. Oh, it's a tie! No! Oh my goodness! Oh, White Death takes it in the last second. Holy cow! GG! Oh my goodness! And Kosi, the commander of White Death, is still alive. That means a 50,000 1,000 Seabill bonus goes goes to White Death Mercenary Company. Wow! Now, if only they had done that like 10 minutes before, waiting for the last second. Silver Fox, the commander of Antares Scorpions, getting absolutely caught off guard. What an exciting finishing 30 seconds of the match. Wow. Hey, look, it's the next the next map is already up. So, 770 2. Let's see. I'll get out my calculator here because I'm being lazy right now with my math. 80 plus 380 plus 50. 510,000 C-bills for White Death. Wow, what a match. Okay, I will bring that up on my GIMP. Caustic Valley, edit with GIMP, and show the desktop. So, for the most part, this match was a bit slow, to say the least. By the time we had joined, Antares Scorpions had taken a firing line around this ridge with their long range Gauss rifles and large lasers and ER large lasers and just a lot of long range stuff. Whereas White Death had taken up a position along this ridge. Now, knowing that Antares Scorpions had the advantage, they didn't want to rush out over here, which that's quite a distance. So instead, White Death swung around behind this ridge right here, and in doing so prompted Antares Scorpions to move a little bit further this way. So around here. And this is where we saw most of the match. White Death had sent their enforcers back across the caldera to split the attention of Antares Scorpions. And actually, before I forget, wow, mango. Okay, and it had the match ended like that, Antares Scorpions would have win on damage clause. But instead, the enforcers swung back to the position of the main force, and in the last 30 seconds, they just freaking charged. Absolutely. They just went balls to the wall. UX flying, just shredding everything that they possibly could. The drop commander for Antares Scorpions was caught out in the middle without any cover, absolutely focused down by the advancing force of White Death. And in the last second, White Death won it 2 kills to 1. That's right, it's 2 kills. This is actually the first time that I've seen a match. So it's not. I was incorrect. That is not 510,000 because they didn't get 8 kills. So 80 plus 300 plus. Oh, sorry. 80 plus 300 plus 10 plus 50. Okay, 440,000. So yeah, take off 70. Oh, sorry, they got 2 kills, not 1. So 450. Okay, wow. Got to admit, did not see that one coming. Wow, Wow, good job. um, so yeah, score that 300 for the win, 2 kills, then 50. Yeah, 450,000. So the next one is going to be the flank engagement. This is the more traditional 2-2-2-2, 8v8 format that you see, and like Run Hot or Die is mostly based on tonnage. Now that I think about it, but in other tournaments, um, a much more balanced deck. Um, okay, okay. Wow, I'm still at a loss for words. I mean, I didn't know what they were thinking. They were just sort of, White Death was just sort of sitting behind their nice little ridge, and I didn't think that they had given up. They sat there for damn good 14 and a half minutes. Wow. Okay. Um. Okay. So now we're just waiting for them to ready up in lobby and drop for the flank engagement. Now this one has another special um, um special condition. If you manage to destroy all the heavies and assaults on the other team, you get another 50,000 sea bells. So that's another little bonus. Uh, since, well, this one is a bit lighter. And they have dropped. God damn it. Alpha Zulu Tango, give me the drop. Give me the goddamn drop. Come on. God, this is so infuriating. Oh man. Come on, Arnold, give. God, this is so frustrating. Oh, thank God. Okay. Oh, jeez. This spectator mode is infuriating sometimes. Okay. Hopefully, nothing absolutely groundbreaking has occurred yet. So AS in blue, White Death in red. Already a UAV up for AS. They know exactly where. I'm sorry, for White Death. They know exactly where AS is, and now they have taken a firing line, absolutely starting to shred AS on that hill. Mango and his Thunderbolt getting focused a bit. Absolute carnage going on right now. One goes down for White Death. Looks like everyone is raring for a brawl this time. 3 go down for White Death, 1 down for AS. Wow, it's just absolute madness going down. Atlas goes down for White Death. King Crab goes down for AS.
New target.
Arnold Schwarzenegger takes down one of those triple UAC Jaeger mechs that did so much damage last match.
New target acquired.
And right now it's 5-2 in AS favor.
Target
And
destroyed.
6-2 for AS. It's just a matter of cleanup now.
New target
Strike going
acquired.
down. Outer goes down for White Death. Now, it's only a single mech left.
Target acquired.
Just a fire starter left for White Death. Wow. I wish I could see could have seen the setup a little bit more so I could have talked about the drop decks before they went all at it, but, you know. Spectator, I suppose I'll take what I can get. And Silver Fox gets revenge. Takes down the last fire starter. And match 4 goes to AS 8-2. Plus 50. So let's see. If you're looking at damage, it looks like White Death did more damage overall, just sort of like that first game. But they all died. Yeah, so you see some 600, 500, 300. Oh, Chikzu and his Direwolf did break 700 damage. I did not notice that earlier. So, as far as damage goes, they're actually more even than I thought at first glance. Wow, that was a quick game. Oh wow, absolute Hulk smashery. So 770 plus 380 plus 50, 1.2 million for Antares Scorpions. And 470 for White Death. And before I forget, I'll tick on Crimson, because that is the last drop. That's the correct last drop. Okay, and then bring up Frozen City. Edit with GIMP. Very quick game. Antares Scorpions spawned down here, quickly moved to the crash site where we first found them, and White Death had established themselves in the lower city, dropping a UAV right over Antares Scorpions. So AS knew exactly where they were, exactly where they were coming from, and when they crusted, they all just rushed Antares Scorpions, and then just brawled better. There was nothing, no fancy long-range trading, no sneaky light flanks coming in from the side to distract a line. It was just Hulk smashery, get in your face and kill the other guys. That's it didn't last long. So just check. They're still in lobby. Okay. Eh. Wow. So yeah. So the final match. I don't know. Arnold. Okay, no, you didn't break spectate mode. Spectate mode is just broken. I wasn't able to get onto Mango. I wasn't able to get onto Alpha Zulu Tango. I wasn't able to get onto um, uh, I was finally able to get onto Alpha Zulu Tango uh, to get into the game, but jeez. So the way this spectate mode works is there is a web page that you go to. I won't tell you the URL. It wouldn't work for you anyway. But go to a URL in the MW. It go to a URL for the CSR spectate mode. You type in a player's name, and then you go and spectate them when it sends the spectate mode request. Click the button, and it's supposed to suck you into the game, but it wasn't doing that. Wasn't doing that for Mango. Wasn't doing that for Alpha Zulu Tango. Wasn't doing that for Arnold Schwarzenegger. Um, Mr. Petzold wasn't in that one, so I couldn't spectate off of him. So I was just trying those three. um, because I knew those three were in game. Um, uh, jeez. So, uh, yeah. So, don't worry, Arnold. You didn't break anything. Uh, and I just cannot reiterate how much I want that spectator mode built into the client. My God. Okay. Um. So the last match, the last game of the match is the center of battle. This is 2 lights, 2 heavies, and 4 assaults. This is the Hulk Smashery round. Um, Now, this entire match, we've seen White Death bring brawling. We've seen Antares Scorpions bring long range. If they continue to do that, I assume that Antares Scorpions will try to grab the island or sort of the back rim of the east side. Um, uh, so Arnold in chat is saying how in Game 4 they were expecting to spawn where White Death spawned, and that borked their entire strategic plan. Um, but anyway, so I expect them, if they're long range, to take the island if they spawn sort of southwest side, or the outer rim if they spawn northeast side. Um, I expect White Death will want to bring them into a brawl in the garage area, like we saw. Who was playing? Who was playing? Um, and they have dropped. And I have spectated! Yay! In first try. Always a good feeling. This is the 5th and final game of the match between Antares Scorpions EU and White Death Mercenary Company. Kosi and his King Crab. So, it looks like, at first glance, White Death is coming to brawl again. Okay, let's do this. We're waiting on everyone to ready up. There we go. So let's take a look at what... So White Death is spawning on the south side. So we got a Banshee, a Direwolf, and 2 King Crabs for the Assault Lance for White Death, and Firestarter, Adder, Dragon, and Jaegermech for the Light and Heavy Lance. Now, looks like Antares Scorpions is bringing Stalker 4-in, Direwolf, King Crab, 2 Stalker 4-ins. I'm sure that they're large lasers. And Hellbringer, Timberwolf, Raven, and Firestarter sent up to scout early on the saddle. Now, that's certainly a brawling Jaeger mech. Brawling large laser Raven. That's probably going to be long range for AS. Firestarters, medium pulse lasers. Not surprising. See Gauss and large pulse lasers. That is certainly long range for AS. Gauss and large lasers for the Hellbringer on AS. So long range, long range. Mr. Petzelden, 6 large laser Stalker, long range. Silver Fox and King Crab with 2 Gauss rifles and 3 air large lasers. It's long range, so it looks like they're going full long range. Even Chixu's Direwolf is Gauss rifles, large pulse lasers, with ER medium lasers for short range backup. Even those aren't very short range. Those are IS large laser ranges. And we see White Death is sort of taking the island. Now let's see if I can cycle to Quad UAC 5. That is certainly brawling. Clan UAC 5, Clan UAC 10. That's certainly brawling. Wow, both King Crabs, Quad UAC 5s. They want to get in close, and they want to shred whatever is in front of them. If I remember correctly, Quad UAC 5s are the single highest DPS mechs in the game, or for the IS at least.
Artillery strike online.
And the Adder has, this is the other Streak 24 Adder that they brought earlier as well.
Artillery strike online.
AC5 SRM Dragon.
Artillery strike online. Fuel at 25%.
Interesting positioning taken up by a brawling team, sort of behind this mountain on the island. Slept on top of the mountain, baiting out a strike. But the long range, I don't think that they've been spotted yet, actually. AS taking the long way around. We've seen QQ take this path against EMP, if I remember correctly. And to great effect, really. EMP was in a different spot. They were in the middle of the island rather than on the far side. But I don't think White Death knows where AS is right now. Just sort of hanging out on the other side of the mountain. White Death knows where Slep is. Sleipnir? Lots of red water. A little bit too low. And it looks like AS is starting to make their move. Trying to be sneaky about it. But Slep, I believe, has seen the entirety of White Death's forces hanging out on the other side of the island. Oh, Regulus coming around the island, looking for him. I don't think that they know where they are. Oh man! Oh man! This is like seeing a tunnel rush on Frozen City. I don't think. Oh, they're gonna be caught off guard. but will this long range deck, even if they catch them off guard, be able to take down the full on face melting brawling deck that White Death has taken? Regulus. Oh, Regulus getting hit. So Regulus knows that someone is out there. White Death falling back. And AS is starting to make their move. Moving across the bay, across the island. X4VN way ahead in his Raven, drawing fire from absolutely everyone on White Death. That's not a very good spot. And running straight into Regulus. Regulus hiding behind it, a rock, and jumping into action against the Raven. UAV goes down. The Adder, trying to retreat into the safety of the cover of the buildings, gets hit pretty hard. But these UACs absolutely blasting the face off of everyone that they see.
Target acquired.
No casualties on either side yet. Now let's take a look at some of the health totals on either side. Oh, Slep is dead in his fire starter. Silver Fox is not looking good, and his King Crab that just went down. Chixu and his Direwolf is also not looking very good. The only... Yeah, man. Those UAC 5s are absolutely face melting. You just see... Yeah, there he goes. 3 down for AS. No casualties yet for
Heatsink destroyed.
White Death Mercenary Company yet. And at this point, it's just cleanup. 6 down.
Heat level critical. Left arm destroyed.
It's just one after another. And in a decisive win, 8-0, White Death Marine Company takes the last game and an extra 50k for killing all of the assault and heavy mechs from Antares Scorpions. But who won the match is the question. Well, first off, look at those damage numbers. Holy crap. 866 damage. Oh my goodness. Slep didn't even wasn't even able to do anything in his fire starter. Ah, jeez. That 866 damage. I'm sure he was in one of those quad UAC 5 King Crabs, Alpha Zulu Tango. 522 damage with the triple UAC 5 Jaeger mech. Oh, it's absolutely face melting. If you get in front of that firing line, you just die, as everyone on Antares Scorpions found out. Match results. So 470 plus 300 plus 80 plus 50. Oh, so close. 900,000 sea bells. So Antares Scorpions takes the day by 300. Well, by exactly one win. Oh wait, so let's see, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30, 8, 16, 16, 17, 25, 30. Yeah, exactly one win. Well, 3-2. Uh, is the difference between Antares Scorpions EU and White Death Mercenary Company. I'll go ahead and bring up the map for that last match. Gimp. Come on. Bring it to the front. Why it does this, I don't know. There we are. So, Antares Scorpions, White Death spawned at these two locations with all their assaults down here, and their heavy and light up here. And they quickly consolidated their forces down here behind this area of the island. Whereas Antares Scorpions, who spawned over here, sent Slep to scout here and swung around this side of the bay. Now, while White Death was holed up here, Antares Scorpion's entire force went here and staged right here. It wasn't until White Death sent their Firestarter uh, uh, oh, of course, you're looking at the match results and not the pretty picture that I'm drawing. I mean, that's just the crime. I'm sorry that you weren't able to observe my artistic skills in real time. But the main summary: White Death was staging here, and Antares Scorpions was able to stage here. Um, and after they were found out by the light sent down here by White Death, they had swung around the bay into this area. And as you see in the water, there is no cover. And there was no hiding from the quad UAC King Crabs, the triple UAC Jaegermechs, the double AC5, Dragons. It was just absolute slaughter from White Death. Just the amount of damage, the damage output was tremendous, and at that point, it was just one mech after another going down for Antares Scorpions. Antares Scorpions did carry the day with 1.2 million to uh, White Death's 900,000, but absolute Hulk smashery of a last match. So I think that'll do it for this cast. Join me later tonight at 9:30 Eastern Time for 228th Black Watch versus Imperial, the two of the four North American Division A teams. Should be also a very, very, very good match. Yeah, I think that'll do it. Hopefully, spectator mode will be able to keep up with the matches instead of not doing anything for a good 30 seconds to a minute into the match. But until then, I will see you on the battlefield.